Watch lovers, this is Angel back with another video here at SwissWatchExpo. And this week we're taking a look at my 3 top picks for perpetual calendars. Stick around. Welcome back to SwissWatchExpo. So this week we're taking a look at my 3 favorites for perpetual calendar watches. And with the perpetual calendar, essentially what that is a watch that can perpetually be on time for almost a full century, because it does take into account the idea of how many days are in the month, leap years, and things of that nature. So today we're going to be looking at 3 different references, 2 Cartiers, which you typically don't think of when you are thinking of perpetual calendars, and a beautiful Blancpain. So let's jump right into it. So the first reference is this absolutely gorgeous Blancpain Villeret. And the reason I picked this is because it has a beautiful 8-day power reserve. I also really love this reference in the 18 karat rose gold because the dial is so beautiful and clean. It's done in the white enamel, and the way that they've constructed all of the details really keep the dial open and easy to read. Also, I love this watch because it has a true moon phase. So if you take a look here at the small seconds area, you'll see that you'll have the moon phase that says 29.5, and that is the actual amount of time that it takes the moon to do a full rotation. A lot of moon phase watches will have a 30 at the end. So I just love that detail and how accurate that is. It does take a lot of craftsmanship and talent to create something like that. I also really love this because it has those skeletonized hands that really, again, lend to very easy readability on the dial. And then lastly, I really love the idea of how it has the 4-year indicator with the leap year included, but you'll have 2 of those. So it will have to do a full rotation over 8 years in order to read 2 leap years. So a really gorgeous reference. I love how the case is almost, it's like a step down style case. So just a great and beautiful timepiece. So one of my favorites for many, many reasons. So next, let's jump into this stunning Cartier Rotund. This is a perpetual calendar, but it's also a chronograph. The reason I love that is because it just adds that much more detail to the watch. So this will have the Cartier in-house movement, same movement that's been used in some of the watches like the Calibre de Cartier, things of that nature. But this is going to be 42 millimeters across. I love the monochromatic look of the dial with just the chocolate and rose accents. On this perpetual calendar, you'll have, of course, that chronograph feature, which is unique. So you'll deploy it here at the top like a normal chronograph, and then stop it in the same place and reset, which is kind of a cool feature to have on a perpetual calendar. And then you'll have your day, your date, your month, your leap year, and also just a beautiful display of the date around the outer edge of the dial. You'll see that sweep there. When you zoom in on this watch, I'm sure you'll be able to see some of those unique features very clearly, but it makes such a beautiful statement on the wrist. You'll have that signature cabochon here on the side of the crown. And I really love the way they've done that screw motif on the side of the lugs. It's very smooth, recessed, and really just lends the watch to having a seamless look when you look at it head on. So gorgeous reference from Cartier, and a great value here at SwissWatchExpo for the level of watchmaking and the price point we have it at. So if you've been looking for something unique, I definitely say jump into something like that. And then last, but of course not least, is this stunning Tortue. I love this watch because not only is it a perpetual calendar, it's big, it's bold. It has such a nice and thick case, I think a little over 16 millimeters. But I really love the way the dial is layered. The crystal is also kind of domed, so it looks like a cabochon. It looks like a jewel on your wrist when you have it on. but that dial is layered with the guilloche patterning, and you'll have those signature blue steeled hands, which Cartier is so well known for. And I think it does a great job of displaying all of the different hands on the watch. But the reason I really love this is the way that the day is displayed. I can't think of another timepiece that has the days of the week displayed across an arch on the bottom portion of the dial. I think that's such a unique feature. It has that retropont styling where once it gets to the end of the week, it'll jump back and start over for Monday, which I love any kind of details like that on the watch. And again, you'll have your month and day indicator, and then that beautiful date wheel around the outside of the dial. So another bold and gorgeous perpetual calendar. Again, another Cartier in-house movement, which I love as well. So 3 great references that are a little unique from what you typically would find. I know we probably were looking for some Patek Philippe's and things of that nature. So if there are some specific references that you're looking for, just give us a call here in the showroom. We'll be happy to meet with you for a FaceTime and get one added to your collection. But I thought this would be something a little unique, a little different from what would be expected. So this is Angel again this week, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.